nothing over music. John, are you ready? Ron, are you ready? Jose, let's go!
Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still. Yeah, all season long we gonna keep the garden live. Let me introduce you to New York, starting 5. Listen to the podcast, like it and share it. What highlights of RJ, Broadway, Barrett. The question is, what kind of offense we gonna run, son? It doesn't matter, we got Jalen Brunson. Let him drive the lane, you know that we stopping them. Welcome to the block party, Mitchell Robinson. You need a deep shot, call Evan Fournier. Look behind the 3-point line and find him over there. And trust, there's nothing we can't handle. If things go left, we call Julius Randle. Look all the way up and see OB topping. And NY, it's good to see your IQ dropping. Hit the defender with a hezzy, he froze. Classic, vintage, D-Rose. You wanna see fans do? Tell me what the bet is. Human highlight, you gotta keep your cam on Reddish. You can't handle the beef, then why start? And make sure you tune in to catch iHeart. Put the Knicks on the New York Times with the vets and the youngins like Quentin Grimes. Run with us or run from us, it's time to pick sides before I end up waving the deuce like McBride. Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still. Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
What's going on? We are back, everybody. Let's go. Pew, 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 pew. No? Oh.
You gotta cue him. Ron, you gotta cue him. We went over this. We went through.
No, I love it. I guys out there in YouTube TV land, I actually know that I need to cue them, but I just think it's so much funnier just to see me go crazy and not have the sound effects. I just think it's. Don't mind me. I'm sorry. I'm on cloud 9. Hey, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in once again.
Wait. Let's start this again. Let's start this again. We got to do this right. We can't just go.
But I like that.
Like this.
I like off the cuff crazy. All right, go ahead.
All right. On the cue. Ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
All right.
In 3, 2,
and we
1.
are. Oh no. Oh, Can we do it one more again? Can we do it one more again? Hit me in. 3, 2, 1. One more again.
In 3, 2, 1. You're on.
Oh wait, now I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
And we are back. Let's go, everybody. Pew, 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 pew. Let's go. 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 Man, if the Knicks win the championship, I might punch through the TV, punch through my laptop. It might be crazy in here. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into SKF Weekly. It's Monday night once again. It is 9-ish, and I'm your man Ron, and that's my brother John. And we got Jose on the ones and twos holding us down in the background. But
yes, we do.
Let me tell you something. There's a reason why we're here, folks. Guess what? These Knicks are on fire. Let's go! Pew, 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 pew. I'm on fire. I'm sorry. No more sound. Pew, pew, pew.
There we go. There we go.
Oh man, yeah, these Knicks are crazy, bro. I can't. You can't make this stuff up, man. I'm really. Listen, I was telling people as I was watching the game last night, they were taking my mind off of a lot of stuff. You know how great they were playing. They had net. Oh man, listen, I'm gonna hold it, but John, just give me your take real quick. But let's not get too deep into it because I want to come back to it.
Okay, I'm having a great time.
How are you feeling about these Knicks right now? There you go.
I'm loving it.
There you go.
Enjoying it, watching our Knicks play. You know, the intensity is high. The games are being played. We're winning crucial games in the clutch. What is there not to like? What is there not to like?
Facts, brother. I mean, this is just it's such a beautiful thing watching the team. Like it's like they're growing up right before our eyes. Like the way they're playing, like you can see they get it. It's like certain things are happening on the court and like they get it now. They get it. Oh man. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Well, anyway, listen, let's get right into it. Thank you to the chat. Appreciate you guys, for tuning in as always and supporting the show. I see we got David L in the building. Appreciate you. Angel Torres is here. Dripmore's in the building. Mark Alvarado's in the building. What's good, my brother? Good to see you. Hey, man, appreciate y'all. And obviously also, yes, and appreciate everybody who may be tuning in, watching, and not in the chat because I know how, some people don't like to get the type on. I get it. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, look at Andre Jackson. SKF rules. Let's go.
Nice.
Nice. That's right. Nice is in the building too, John. You see how you did that?
I knew right away. I knew it.
I figured you. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Well, listen. Let's just do this. You know what? Because there's so much going on right now in current times and off of this last game. Let's just start off backwards, right? And then build up to the intensity of what we witnessed because it's just a beautiful thing watching these Knicks play basketball lately. And I'm just beside myself. So, you know what, guys? Let's hit the recap. Let's go. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, I'm too hyped. I'm on one right now. Don't give me no
way
caffeine.
Way too many.
I'm too hype, B. I'm too hype. Anyway, all right, guys. To kick this week off, we had our New York Knicks versus the Brooklyn Nets. Some might say this is a revenge game for Brooklyn. We call it a beatdown game for Brooklyn. Part 2. This time, it's real.
Yeah.
So the New York Knicks beat the Brooklyn Nets 142-118.
Talk about a spanking.
What's that? You saying you don't believe it either? Yes, that's right. 142-118. Yo, John, 142 points, bro.
Domination.
In a regular game, not overtime. Regular game.
Right. Yeah. It was complete domination from start to finish. We didn't lose. Like, this is something we've seen over this run where we started out hot. We kept it going throughout every quarter where we won every quarter. You know what I mean? And we finished in the fashion that we finished in, right? Like 140. What do you say? 142 and what? What was the final score again?
118.
Say that again?
142-118. Oh, you heard it.
That's what I'm talking about.
142-118. Woo-wee. Brooklyn is looking rough out there, boy. Rough ends.
Listen, not for nothing. Not for nothing. And I'm not for nothing. But the Brooklyn Nets have a good, young, talented squad without the closers of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And I'm actually starting to enjoy watching them now as well as a backup team, right? As a team to root for, as an underdog team. I don't mind them anymore. I minded them before because, they had all these superstars and they were just sort of placating the issues that we're seeing here in the NBA. But they don't come close to our Knicks right now, and I'm enjoying us coming together as a team, beating. Yeah, what happened? I'm sorry. I moved away.
Jose,
I'm sorry.
I sent you that text about getting another co-host. I don't know if you got it.
Gotta cancel me now.
Well, let me know. Keep that on the low, Jose. Don't tell nobody. Shh.
I'm canceled. Nah, but our Knicks, I gotta be happy for our Knicks, man. We finally getting right. We got the wins against this current Brooklyn team because we didn't get the wins against the Kyrie Durant team, but we got these wins, which count, of course. And
All right, I put him on pause for a little bit for him saying that he's
Yeah,
enjoying.
because he's rambling. I don't know what the
Nets.
hell he's saying. He's
Well,
talking
he
about
was just
the
talking
Nets,
about
dude,
before.
you know?
I was just like, there. You see how he's laughing, but we can't hear him right now.
That's my boy.
Yeah,
I know this dude.
How about this?
Baby,
You know what? I got an idea. How about this? How about we just get him off the screen, just have you on the full shot right
come
now?
on, man.
Look
What are we talking about here? This is still Knicks fans, not still Net fans. What we doing here?
Yeah. Okay.
I can't. I don't.
I don't know. You know what? Let's embarrass him right now. Let's embarrass him mid eating popcorn. There we go. Okay, let's bring him back in.
oh, wait, I'm back. My bad.
I'm loving
My
it.
bad.
I
was watching good television.
This ain't a mukbang.
Oh man,
I was watching good television right now. It was good TV right now.
Yeah. This is what happened, guys. The Knicks win some games. People don't know how to act. I'm delirious. John's talking about the Nets. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now.
I was just trying to give them credit. They're not a bad team. They're a team that's looking for an identity. That's it. I'm happy that our Knicks are doing what we're doing.
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. John, don't do it again, please. Save that for the NBA report on Thursdays on the Nothing But Knicks Network, 8 p.m.
That's true. I could have held on to that one.
You could have held that one inside. That's okay. That's all right. But yeah, they're playing great, dude. The Knicks scored 81 points at the half in that game. I mean, they was just ragdolling these dudes, man. It was a beautiful thing, even though Mikal Bridges had a decent game, 21 points, but Cam Johnson was on one. He was 13 of 18, 7 of 11 from three-point range for 33 points. So he was cooking, but we held the rest of them down. And our New York Knicks, I mean, you talking 15 from back, 21 from Randall, 13 and 10 from Mitch. Quentin had 22. Emmanuel quickly had 15. And Jalen Brunson had 39 points on 15 of 18 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3. He was definitely on one. Beautiful, bro. Beautiful game.
Yeah, he was killing.
Yeah. Lights out, bro. Lights out. It's like you can't really say. I mean, I don't think you could try to shoot that good. Like he can't even fathom how good he was shooting.
But these are the performances we were hoping for mid-season, right? We were hoping that in the mid-season they start to get right. And for a while there, and correct me if I'm wrong, but for a while there, it seemed like they were sort of back and forth. They couldn't figure out ways to close out games. They would win some and then lose some, and it was sort of this back and forth motion until we made that move for Josh Hart. And not to say that he is inevitably the reason why we are in this hot streak, but I think he was the right choice at the right time. He was the right pick to be brought into this Knicks team at the right time. And he's just, he's filled in the void of a player that we were needing to sort of play that backup role, high intensity, very smart player, you know what I mean? Very aggressive, plays hard, both ends of the floor, and someone who's reliable, who could hit a clutch shot when you need him down the stretch, who could take the ball and contribute off the dribble and not just a spot-up shooter. So just very versatile. And it's just been, it's been awesome to have him here. I'm sure he's riding this wave right now. He hasn't lost a game in a Knick uniform yet.
It's crazy.
And it's amazing. It's amazing. And we're at 9 straight games right now.
We are at 9 straight, 8 straight with him because we had won one game prior to us trading.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And I think that's pretty much it, with regards to the net game. It was really kind of like, except for the fact that the only thing that came out of this game that had some Knick fans a little bit questioning what Tibbs was doing is that we were up 20 something points and he put the starters back in the game. Now, I don't love it, but as I said on the last show on Saturday, I understood it because let me tell you, them Nets was firing, man. They was shooting some threes, and these dudes some of them was hot. So Tibbs might have been like, let's just keep the pedal to the metal, keep our foot on their necks. I know it looks a little crazy, but that's okay. I want to win this game convincingly. So I can respect it. Don't do it all the time, Tibbs, but that made sense because the Nets, all they do is shoot threes, bro.
Well, Tibbs is gonna do this all the time. You know this.
Oh, I
This
know.
is just
I
his
know.
MO. But it is what it is. We gotta live with it. He's our coach, and this is how he rolls. And hopefully, the players are up for that task. The reality is that they just got to be prepped and ready to go. My concern was more with Jalen Brunson after he banged knees with Mikal Bridges. Was like you're putting a little bit more onto that knee than you need to. If we have the game in order, you know what I mean? Not necessarily a reason why he needs to be out there for those. It wasn't like it was close. And that's my only concern. Is like when someone bangs knees, you never know what could be residual effects of that. And fortunately for us, it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. However, right now he's resting up. So not sure if that in combination with his next injury may have caused, a little bit more anguish on his end. So we'll see.
Right.
Sim passed assist.
Oh man. We got nothing but Knicks in the background. Let's go. You know what I mean? Hey. I don't know how that's playing, but okay. that might be our producer. I don't know. This is live YouTube,
me.
folks. Oh, okay. See, anything that can't happen will happen, folks. Anyway, listen, man, it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to the chat once again before we get into this next game. As we said, what's up to Nice? Shout out to JJ in the building. Salute my brother. Shout out to Jigga Man Porto. What's good, Jigga Man? Listen, guys, if you haven't checked it out, what are you doing? As Heck would say, what are you doing? Check out Knicks Morning Brew with Phil, Jigga Man Porter, and my guy Hector. Definitely giving it to you. Great content, great guest, and they're just continuing to get bigger and bigger and put themselves on this Knick community map. You know what I mean? So support that show. Check them out. Knicks Morning Brew on YouTube. Also, listen, let's not forget these other people that have joined the chat, man. We got Mets, Knicks fans. Let's go in the building. Salute. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you. And the first lady is here, folks. That's right. Geraldine McIver, the first lady of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go. Who else is here? Oh, we see we got Craig in the building. What's going on, Craig? Good to see you. Worldwide L is in the building. Salute my brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
I'll give you one. Boom.
Hey, there you go. You see what I'm saying? That's what we do. And once again, guys, you know how I always give it up for L and Hard Will and their show For the Love of the Game. If you haven't checked them out, I don't know what you're doing either. Most of these people, I know most of our people who tune in for us know all about them and tune into them. But if you're new, check them out. For the Love of the Game. That's right. That's the number 4, OUR, Love of the Game on YouTube. All right. So getting back into it. we had another tough game. Imagine that, guys. We have to face
And have a
Brooklyn,
tough
and even
game
though,
prior to that.
well, we thought it might be a tough game, should I say, because of the
Right,
revenge
right.
factor. Brooklyn lost last time. We thought they might come out, but they didn't come out guns blazing.
Right.
They came out catching bullets, actually. So anyway,
Well,
but then we got the Miami Heat, bro. The Miami Heat were next up.
That's next level. That's next level.
Yeah. You know, if you're a real Knicks fan, a true Knicks fan, and you watched them over the years, you know Miami is a thorn in our side. They always got our number. We lucky if we beat Miami. Now, mind you, the Knicks came out in this game once again, guns blazing, bro. They was like taking it to Miami. It got so crazy in this game. By the way, the Knicks won 122-120. So it got very close at the end. But it got so crazy at this game. The Knicks were up. I think it was either 14 or 18. One of those. It was one of those numbers or something like that. It might have even gone up to 20. I don't even know, dude. It was getting crazy. But we were up a good amount. And Josh Hart was at the free throw line. And the Knicks fans in Miami were screaming, "Let's go Knicks." It felt like you were in Madison Square Garden. That was crazy, bro. That was nuts.
Listen, Knicks fandom is everywhere, and we're showing out too in every opponent's stadium, which is amazing to see. It's good. It's we're everywhere, you know. And it's like a world tour for our New York Knicks team as they go from location to location. You're starting to see Knicks fandom in every stadium. You're starting to see us sometimes even like just overarching in the crowd, just like, you know, being louder than the opposing team's fan base, you know. So it's gonna be, you know, or I should say the home team's fan base. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting to see. I know we did it in Atlanta. We did it in Washington. It's happened in Miami. It's happened in Brooklyn all the time. But it's gonna be something else, man. If we could continue this in this road, you know, we'll see how we look when we face LA. If we're gonna have some Knickerbockers out there.
I love it. I love LA. I love it. We love it. Okay. Anyway, shout out to Kaiser Soze in the chat. He said, what's good, my brother? Good to see you. And I think, is that Andrew K in the building too? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. So the thing is, even though I knew Miami kind of gave us tough times every time we played them, I felt good about this game. I had a feeling we were going to win. I felt good. And, you know, the Knicks got out to a great start. Miami felt the you know, the enthusiasm that we had as a team and the fight that we were showing. And then the fans, I think actually that kind of worked against us, but it was a good thing in the end. I think all that pumped Miami up. I think at halftime and all that, they must have been like, "Yo, they're cheering for the Knicks like it's their home team. Get up out of here, B." Miami came back with the thunder.
You know, during halftime, they were having that discussion in the locker room. You know, Jimmy Butler was not trying to have that. You know, Bam Adebayo was tight. You know, and they came out in that third quarter, and they pretty much went on a run on us and made it a game. That was basically what had ended up happening. They won the third quarter, and we were able to hold them, you know, or you know, just keep them at bay until the fourth quarter came, and you know, we worked out magic. You know, we got a little bit reversed magic came to us. You know, because usually we fumble and bumble a lot, and we don't come away with the win. And now we came away with this win, which was huge.
You ain't lying, brother. It was pretty surprising, pretty shocking to see how we kept fighting back. And this is another game where you start to see that the Knicks are learning what it takes to win a game, like fighting, continuing to go at it, and no matter what's happening. I mean, Jalen Brunson got hurt in this game. He twisted his ankle. He actually twisted it twice on the same play. He had to leave, and you were wondering, like, can he come back? He came back, and when he came back, his points were needed. He scored like another 8 points when he came back, and we needed those 8 points. Let me tell you, to keep us in the game and to withstand what Miami was doing, because Miami was trying to hit us with everything they had, and it just got to a point where we were just keeping them there, and then they took the lead, and then it came down to Julius.
I'm telling you, when Caleb Plant drove to the bucket and got that dunk, I was like, oh man, a momentum shift. Like I felt that momentum shift in the game. And then like Brunson gets put back in the game, and then he starts to, just calm everything down and just become that presence. It's like, I'm gonna get us a bucket right now. Okay, here's the bucket. I don't know if his bucket coming off of that, I don't know, the substitution were we down 2 and he tied it, or were we tied and he went up 2? I can't recall.
My memory. I
think it was tied. I think it was tied, and then we went up 2. I think they had just tied it, and then he came in, and we kept pushing the lead, and we kept moving forward. I mean, it was back and forth for a little bit of time there, but
yeah. It was intense, man. It definitely felt like a playoff intensity type game. It was great. A wonderful atmosphere, man. Like you can't what more could you ask for?
There was good coaching on both sides. Both sides had some really, moments where you could see that both coaches wanted it. They were competitively, figuring out schemes, putting out schemes there to try to get an easy bucket. And yeah, man, I'm just glad we came out victorious, because there were moments in that game, especially towards down the end. As you said, Julius hit the big shot, but right before then, it was like turnover and then a couple of fumbles. And I don't know how that ball kept itself inbound, but inbound right to his hands, to his shooting spot, and bam. That was
you can't make it's a Cinderella type story, bro. And you can't make it up. I mean, I'll take it. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
For real.
Yeah, and I was really happy for Julius, because Julius, just taking a look at the numbers real quick, like RJ had 17 points, played another decent game, 8 of 15, so he shot 53% from the field. He didn't hit his threes, but he only took 4, so he didn't destroy us. But he played within the game, right? Jalen Brunson had 25 and 8 assists on 9 of 14 shooting, 64% from the field and 42% from 3. Dude is just a monster.
And like you said, 8 of those were in the fourth quarter in a crucial time.
Very big shots, bro. Quickly had 21.7 of 11 shooting, 63% from the field, and 55%, 5 of 9 from 3. We'll get into it. We'll save it.
Big time.
And then you think, if that's not good enough, that's good contributions from 3 Knicks. Really solid. Then you get an incredible contribution from Julius Randle, 16 of 25, 64% from the field, 8 of 13 from 3, 61%, 43 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists for Julius, and the big shot to win the game. Let's go.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say, man.
It's great, man. He played like an all-star. I don't know
what to say. It's incredible.
It was good to see, man. It's good to see. It's one of those games that you wish to have on replay, right? You hope that you had DVR'd it to play.
Well, I did, so
nice.
So I will watch it again. Believe me. And the good thing, like, Julius supplanted himself. No matter what he does from here on, like, that's a special thing to me as a player of any sport, when you do something that you know is going to live. Especially for the Knicks, because the Knicks have had good players, but a lot of that was older, back in the 70s and stuff. So there's a lot of time in between then and the 90s, and then after the 90s, where there's moments that just didn't happen. So when you do something special for the Knicks, it goes up. It's going to be in the archive. So
it's definitely an archive. It's definitely a Knicks moment. You know what I mean? Moment in time. Actually, this entire season is a moment in time. The way we've been playing, it's like, to look back at this season, where it began and where it's at now, it's night and day. And it only really took a couple of acquisitions, one of Jalen Brunson, not actually making the move for Donovan Mitchell and keeping Pat, keeping where we're at, and then as you see
Mm-hmm.
the trade for Hart, and it's made all the difference in the world. And people believing in the system and believing in Tibbs and what he is providing, this team. At the end of the day, it goes a long way to believe in the coach that you have in front of you. Because there were moments. I mean, I'm gonna get credit where credit is due, and I don't think I've done it yet. I'm gonna give credit back to Tibbs. I'm gonna give him all the flowers. The commitment to go to 9 is working, has worked. Was I a believer in it? Absolutely not. Am I a believer that he could take us to the next level? I'm still questioning whether he can get us to the next level, but he is perfect for what we have today, right now, at this very moment. So with that said, I am not mad. I'm going to ride with Tibbs, allow him to, work his magic, and then, we'll see when that contract year comes to see where we're at, and we'll gauge his tenure with his years here, right, with the Knicks, so we can say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
2 out of the 5 years or 3 out of the 5 years he was solid or not solid, and then we'll make a decision moving forward. But as of right now, it still remains to be seen what he can accomplish in the playoffs with this particular team. And I'm hoping that he could prove a lot of naysayers wrong, get us to the second round, depending on the matchup, of course, but get us to the second round, or, be very competitive against a really solid team if we were to face a team like the Bucks, for instance.
Right. I'm with you on that. That makes sense. Smash that like button out there, guys, if you have a chance. If you haven't done so already, show your love for SKF Weekly. That's right. You guys, Ron, John, and Jose in the building. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. I see a couple more things. Oh, I see a question. I want to get to that question. But first off, I want to shout out a couple more people in the chat. Shout out to Travel Vibes. I don't think I mentioned you before. Maybe I did, but I'll mention you again because you deserve it. Appreciate you. Let's see. Kaiser Soze. I think I said your name, but I could be wrong. I'm going to say it again. I don't care. You deserve it. Illmaddox is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you.
Nice.
Craig is in the building as well. Craig and Greg is here. Both the G's and the C's, the eggs. They're here. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for being here. David L's in the building. Obviously, he's always a long-time supporter, always showing. I appreciate you, my brother. Dwayne Dennis is in the building. Salute. D Cooler 718 is here. JT Riddick is in the building. What's good?
Appreciate you
Kareem
all.
Grant. What's going on, twin? Appreciate you. Keith Turner's in the building. Big Task at Hand is here. Victor Rivera is here. Calm3 NYC is in the building. Calm3, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat for SKF Weekly or any of the other Still Nick fan shows. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Francisco Carrillo is in the building. It's good to see you, brother, always. Lou Memorabilia is here. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the love and support. Thank you, guys. Now, Keith Turner had a question. Let me see here. Keith Turner, I don't know. I think you may have missed a couple shows, brother. I thought I handled this one already, but I'm going to handle it again because since you asked. I believe the question was, Ron, when are you going to apologize for how you I lost it. It was how you treated or what you thought about Julius Randle. Something like that. I think that's what it is.
I have a question for Ron. When are you going to admit you was wrong about Julius Randle? Was Keith Turner's question.
That's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hold on. Jose, say that with some bass, man. Say that with some bass. Let me hear it with some bass.
I'm sorry, but God didn't bless me with no bass in my voice.
Say it with your chest, boy.
You're wrong. When are you going to? We all right, Keith Turner. We all right. Listen, like I said, I think you might have missed a couple shows.
Just admit you were wrong.
I'm not admitting anything because I wasn't wrong. No, I wasn't wrong. I'm not going to admit it. I'm not admitting anything. I said I said I wanted to trade Julius Randle. You know why? Because Julius Randle acted like a creep last year. That's it. Simple.
creep.
It's plain and simple. He was acting like a creep last year. He wasn't picking up his teammates. He was trying to smack stuff out of his coach's hands. He was walking out. He wasn't being there for press conferences. He gave the thumbs down, which I don't really care about. But he was doing all types of stuff last year, man. But anyway. But that's all I cared about.
He didn't
last
pick up
year
your
was just
phone
how
call?
No, he did not. No.
He didn't answer your phone
I just
call?
cared about how he was acting on the court. I did not care about how he played. As far as the points and stuff, that's okay. I wasn't mad at that. You know, people have down years. But as I've said already this year, multiple times, I said Julius Randle. I said this before some other people were saying it. Now everybody's saying it. Just
wait,
said,
stop.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Ron. Now you're the only one on screen. Let the people know how you feel right now. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, no, I said that I feel like Julius Randle is having, and like I said, other people have been saying it a lot now, but I said it a while ago. I think Julius Randle is having the best season I've seen him have. I feel like this is a way better season than his most improved player season 2 years ago. And so I think he deserves all of the flowers. You know, the thing about Julius is we all know he can play. We all know he's got game. That hasn't changed. He's still that guy. The only issue was he had to get his mind right. And I think the addition of Jalen Brunson has helped Julius not only focus on himself, but he has a road dog now that can take the pressure off of him. He's got a number 2 that can say, hey, listen, don't worry, Julius. I got this basket. I'm gonna score this one. I'm gonna take this 3. Don't worry about it, Julius. So Julius can just come along slowly and really get into the game and work on himself. And he's a much better player and a much better teammate because of it. Look, this year he's huddling. He's getting guys together. He's championing them. He's bigging them up. He's picking them up off the ground. He's calling them out when they do something wrong. And then he's still acknowledging when they do something good. This is the best Julius I've ever seen, man. Of course. I love what I see from Julius. I got nothing else to say about it. And I think everybody else should kind of forget what happened last year. Let's move on. It's a new year. I'm over it. I'm done. I love Julius. Let's keep him here forever, baby. Let's go. That's it. That's all I got.
Well said, my friend.
I've said enough. I mean, that's it.
All right. So it's my turn. I want to apologize. I'm going to make it short and quick. I was wrong. I thought that we should trade Randle. I said it. I thought we should get high value for what he was able to present for our Knicks. I thought we could get equal value for him, maybe multiple players and some draft picks. I said it, and I was wrong. But that's okay. It's okay. We're here today. And he's playing for our Knicks. And listen, I'm excited. I'm happy for him. You know, ain't nothing better than a return to grace, right? Like, you know, when you're only as good as your comeback, right? Nah, don't play no video, man. Come on, let's not do that. I apologized. I was wrong.
Oh. Okay. Well, look, I will say this, and I'm glad because in the end, you know what? Sometimes all you need is the right pieces around you, and also the help of a really good mental coach, because his life coach obviously did wonders with him, helped him. He said getting sleep helped him a lot. So listen, it's a much better Julius Randle. He's a much better teammate. Jalen Brunson is a great teammate to have, to be with him. And, you know, the things are looking good. And so I'm happy about it. What I will say, too, though, is I'm glad the Knicks didn't trade him because, as you said, John, you wanted them to see if they could try to get some, you know, equal value for him. And as we can see, if they would have traded it, they would never get equal value for what this guy is doing right now. No way.
It's true.
So
not to mention, they are building a great nucleus of young talent around him and Brunson. right? Like Quickly's progression this year. He like even on that end, right? We thought that Quickly was a solid, we thought he was had a lot of upside, but he wasn't putting it all together, and he was a little free flowing with his decision making on the court. He scaled that back. And he's actually playing solid basketball. And again, he should be up there for six man of the year award. Like he's playing that well. So I hope he does
No,
win
I
it.
agree with you. Yeah, no, 100%, man. He deserves all the flowers. Like I said, I was very happy. I couldn't be happier for him that he not only hit the game-winning shot in the Miami game, but he had a really good game as well. I mean, to finish with 43 points and hit the shot, like it was
Yeah.
a nice look, man. And you could tell that he it was almost like a weight lifted off his shoulders. First off,
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't know what to do, because how could we not talk about the fact that this dude steamrolled his coach? Like, come on. He ran over Tibbs.
Yeah,
Did you see that, John?
I missed
Crazy,
that part,
bro.
but
He
I know
ran
they
right
just
over
kept
him.
talking about how Tibbs was upset at him because he ran him over. I gotta
Tibbs
see the
didn't even
replay.
know what hit him, bro. Dude, he didn't even know what hit him. He was just minding his own business.
That's
crazy.
hilarious.
Beautiful thing, though. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. But hey, listen, and that brings us to what I thought, and I can say this now because it's vivid in my head. From my prediction from last week, I thought that this was going to be a game that the Knicks lost to Boston, because Boston had already lost to us twice this year. And Boston, for whatever reason, we match up very well with Boston, and they know it. And it looked like to me that they were going to come out and try to make this a statement game to get things back to the way they need to be. And in the game, just how they were playing, you could tell they were not trying to lose. So,
Right.
yeah, it was one of those, man. So, in the
So you
end,
said you thought they wouldn't lose.
I did. I thought the Knicks was going to lose this one to Boston, because I thought Boston
Right.
really wanted to win this game. And the
Right.
Knicks found a way. And this is like, as much as I said in the Miami game that the Knicks looked like they were learning how to win games, this
Right.
Boston game made me feel like the Knicks now they know how to win a good game, like a tough game. This was
Right.
beautiful, bro. Knicks won this game 131-129. John, your thoughts on this game?
Oh, wait a minute. You said you thought they were gonna lose this game, right?
Oh, shoot. That's what I said, John.
You can you tell me someone that you know who believed in their team? Can you? Who's there? Yeah, someone's coming.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Jose, my guy, what's going on?
You know what? We just been throwing a whole bunch of curveballs in today's episode. So we might as well just throw another one right now and just let the celebration begin. Ladies and gentlemen, your king of predictions of last week was no other but Mr. John. And just to point it out,
let's go.
I didn't even key out Ron's background in the loss. Look at that.
Oh man.
But listen. Wait, hold up, Ron. I know you must be feeling it. I know. I'm sorry. But I do want to throw it out there, folks. You can go back to the tape. You can go back to last week's episode. Because yes, John did win. Congratulations. There you go. That's my petty clap for you. However, if we really look at the evidence that's on YouTube right now, John, you also predicted that the Knicks was going to lose this game.
Yeah, I did. And then I
But
changed it.
if it was not for me giving you guys both the opportunity to change
True.
your prediction,
So true.
you know?
He's right.
However, your original intent and prediction was the Knicks were going to lose. But you predicted with your heart in that moment. You had a change of heart. Ron, I gave you that same opportunity. With that being said, folks, go ahead, debrief on that game. Thank you.
Yeah.
Boy,
He's right, though.
disgusting.
I didn't think myself when I first looked at it. I was like, I don't know about this one. But then,
Yeah,
it played with the heartstrings.
I
What
know.
Jose said, are you guys
I
sure?
get it.
I
A
was
true
like, yeah,
believer. A true believer.
yeah,
I get it.
let's go. Let's go.
Whatever. All right. So your thoughts on the
I don't,
game?
I don't, I don't know if you're gonna have a comeback, man. We only got how many games left in the season?
I know. I was like, yo, this season's almost over. B. What's going on?
Oh no.
I got to get it together.
Telling you, you better go on a winning streak.
Fast.
Nah, man. I just, this game was again like a statement win. You know what I mean? And it was just enjoyable to watch. At the end of the day, had we lost the game, I wouldn't have been mad. Just because of the way we played, taking them to double overtime without Brunson, and quickly playing the way he played. Randall holding it down the way he held it down yesterday. RJ Barrett providing his stance and his sort of his mark on this game was also needed. Just overall, a very good win by the New York Knicks as a team, as a whole. So I was extremely proud of the team. Whether we won or lost, I would have still been happy with the outcome. I'm even more happier now that we got the win, because not only do I win this steak dinner, but I'm up on the standings because of it, but also because our New York Knicks got that victory, man. It just made it everything sweeter.
I got it. Yeah. Are you trying to get
Man,
dessert out
Craig
of me?
gave me some tomatoes, bro. Why he gave me tomatoes? He didn't like my dancing?
Because you changed your first thought. That's why.
Yeah, well, listen,
Yeah,
I
switched
changed it
up
for the
on
right
him.
reason.
Hey, you damn right. You damn Skippy. Yeah, man, but it's crazy. Yeah, Craig, you know what? Oh, and Craig had a question from before too. Or should I say Greg? Julius did have a mental moment in this game where he bumped the ref, but he calmed himself down real quick. He did a Martin Wusa moment. Listen, it's a work in progress, but he's still he's much better this year than he was last year. So I give him credit for trying. And Craig, should I say Greg, you had a question about the Celtics because they lost tonight. Then you were like, do you think they did that on purpose because it would have helped us? Honestly, I don't necessarily think they did it on purpose, but I will say that I do think that they just weren't as up for this game as they were for the Knicks game. Like I'm telling you, them Celtics wanted to win that game. I'm telling you.
They also needed it too, because they needed to tie. And right now they don't have an opportunity to tie with us because we only got one more game with them and we're up 3-0. So.
Correct. We're up. We won 3 out of 4 so far. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Right.
I don't understand it, but
it's
3-1. No.
You said. Well, we at 3-0.
No, we won 3 out of 4. We haven't played the 4th one yet.
Oh, we haven't played. Okay, my bad. I listened to that all wrong.
Yeah, and I said it all wrong probably too, but whatever. It's cool. Shout out to Be Civilized in the chat. Salute to you, my brother. Good to see you. Thank you as always for being here. Is there anybody? Oh, yep. E. Gibson is in the building. Salute, my brother. Good to see you. Nick Yak is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for being here. The Public Enemy #1 is in the building. Salute, my guy. Appreciate you.
Sir.
Okay, so before we kind of break this game down, because this was a fantastic game to watch, fantastic game to break down, I think we should get into a little of what were you thinking? Because it took place in this game. And as much as we give the guy kudos, listen, sometimes we got to ask ourselves, what were you thinking? And Mr. Julius Randle had one of them moments. He had a couple interesting plays that happened in this one. Look at this pass. What were you thinking, Julius?
Right to him.
Like, come on, man. But just when you thought it was over, look at this one. Wait. Oh, it's coming.
That's the replay. That's the replay.
Yeah, this is the replay. Watch this second one, guys. Oh boy, look at this. This is the worst fast break. You don't want to teach your kids this one, folks. Look at this fast break. Oh no.
Where are we going with that one?
It's a horrible fast break, guys. Come on, man. Come on, son.
Yeah.
That was that's one of those that we just like to forget. I know Julius was like, yo, I don't know if Julius has ever run a fast break like that since he's been an NBA player. That was horrible. Look at this.
Yeah,
look at this fast break, guys. Look at RJ. Look at this pass. What are we doing? Oh no.
It almost looked like he was hoping that RJ went for alley-oop and he was pulling and RJ pulled away from it.
That was so bad. Man. Yeah.
You know, back in the day, the coach would always say the coach will always say turnovers are done by the passer, right? Like if you're the passer, you should predict, you should sort of, what I mean, gauge whether someone's going to be in a position when you place it there. But part of it is like, where was RJ going?
I don't know. No, it was bad. It wasn't just Julius. RJ was bad on that play too. It was a horrible.
Where are you going? Why are you going to the 3-point line after you're that close? Like if he's gonna get it, if he ain't throwing it back to you, he's gonna lay it up. You should go for a rebound. Where are you going? Opposite of that.
As much as I like to get mad at these Knicks on breaks, because I'm like, they never pass the ball to the other guy. They never pass it back. They always go for it. This is one moment I say, RJ, go for it. I mean, just go for it. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And Julius was trying to be a good teammate right there. You see that? He was trying to reciprocate, and then it just turned bad.
I didn't like it at all. It was bad. Okay, guys. Well, listen. Yeah. Shout out to Quality Jumper in the building. I see you, my brother. Good to see you. Charlie Cush is in the building. Salute. Silk Sutton is here. Good to see you. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. But this Knicks game, I mean, all I can say is the Knicks had to fight off Boston with all their might because you didn't have Jalen Brunson. And then you were wondering, like, what are they going to do? How are they going to guard Julius? How are they going to try to take him out of the game? Because they know Julius is going to be trying to be the man, right? But what happened, which was a very nice thing for this Knicks team, is that RJ came out the gates blazing, had a really good start, scored 14 points in the first quarter. And we needed that because that was really good. It set the tempo. And even prior to that, just starting the game, Emmanuel quickly hitting the first shot and some 3-pointer just to kind of put some points on the board. Like just coming out the gate, like this team is playing like a winner, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. When I seen IQ come out and just fire, and it went directly when he knocked it in, I was like, oh, he's on one today. He's ready. Mm-hmm. I had a feeling he was gonna have a sort of game. I didn't know it was gonna be this epic, but I knew he was gonna be, in the game and provide some substantial scoring punch for this New York Knicks team without Brunson there. But he sort of overachieved in last night's game for sure. Definitely very impactful. And yeah, I love the way RJ started out too. I'm in agreement with you there, Ron. It's like we need that sort of RJ for the rest of this season and into the playoffs. We need that aggressive type RJ.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. We definitely need that. And, just looking at what took place in this game, first off, this was a much different game. Like I said, Boston wanted this game. In the last game that we played against Boston, the Knicks played a really good defensive game against them. And maybe a couple of the players didn't really have their A game either, but it worked together. So it made them look horrible. I mean, Jason Tatum had 14 points before he got kicked out of the game. And he got kicked out of the game because we had that boy locked down. Quentin Grimes had him in the blender, B. So there wasn't much he could do. He wasn't happy with the refs. He said, let me get home early and see the wife and kids. You know what I mean? So it was a really good game for us defensively. Now, this game, the Knicks still played good defensively, but Boston was just ready to fight. Jaylen Brown was here. He had 29 points. He wasn't in the last game, so we knew that was going to be a difference maker. Jason Tatum finished with 40 points. Al Horford had 20. Derek White had 12, and Marcus Smart had 13. So you really had a good overall effort from these Boston Celtics. And listen, that could have been it for us. I mean, if I told you that this is what Boston put out there, you might say, wow, Boston might have won that game against the Knicks, knowing that there's no Jalen Brunson. But then when I tell you, Josh Hart had 10, Mitchell Robinson had 13 and 14, RJ Barrett had 29 and 11, Julius Randle had 31 and 9, Emmanuel Quickly had 38, 8 and 7 and 4 and 2. Come on, man. Look at these Knicks, baby. Look at these Knicks.
I'm telling you, it was a well-rounded win right there. A team effort right there. And you know what's interesting? Knowing that we locked in on Jason Tatum the game prior on that Monday game, it made sense that he would have a comeback game the way he did, because now he had Jaylen Brown to take the pressure off of him. And that's key for that team, right? That was really the difference. It's like we couldn't just lock in on just one player. We had to sort of distribute who we locked in against, and Jason Tatum having Jalen Brunson beside him, on his side to help with the scoring punch, allows him not to get doubled or triple teamed in moments. You have to play, you sort of have to play honest, against a team that got that many shooters and that many playmakers on their team. So, and again, Brogdon was not there, and neither was Stewart, right? Those are the two missing factors. And for us was Brunson. And so, I'm not going to take anything away from these New York Knicks. We played our heart out. We all provided a substantial amount of points, a substantial amount of minutes were played, and we came out victorious, and that's what counts. You get the wins when you can get them, however they may come. And right now we're getting them. So I'm excited about that.
And shout out to the chat once again. Craig said on national TV on top of that, which was beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. The Miami game was national, and the Boston game was national. Mwah. Shout out to the chat because Silk Sutton put it in there that we actually did. We're finished with Boston. We finished the series. We did play them 4 times already. We lost one game. We lost the first one, I believe. And thank you, because I got to also feed from New York. The producer, Jose, also told us that, that was the case. So thank you, Jose. Appreciate you, my brother. Nice. So, yeah, man, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful game to watch. The Knicks withstood everything. Randall's emotions, bumping the ref. The refs, honestly, if the Knicks weren't playing this well and we weren't, just putting out a better overall product, I could see the refs taking this game away from us, like calling it differently, throwing Julius out of here. But we were
refereeing was not so good.
I wasn't, bro, but we could have had them take the game away from us. That's how bad it could have been, because in the past, that's what they've done to us. But this game, I think, is because of the fact that the Knicks are playing better basketball, and they had won 8 in a row coming into this game, and I just feel like it was a good game. The refereeing may have been bad, but the game itself was good, and there was there. Right. And look at Marcus Smart rolling around on the floor trying to goat us into charges and stuff, and it worked. But
it worked in certain parts, in certain parts, it did for sure. But I'm glad that I'm glad that the referees chose not to become the outcome of the way this game ended. You know what I mean? Like there are moments in the NBA where you notice a referee or referees in the game play too much of a part in end of games, and I thought it was important that didn't happen in this game, and I think for the most part it didn't. In the closing minutes to the second overtime, certain guys were getting beat up, and they were allowing them to just play through it. So,
and good point. Shout out to Illmatic in the chat. This is a true statement too, and this is not just for Boston. This is around the league. He said Boston was totally unprepared for IQ, and I agree with you. And I think a lot of the NBA would be unprepared for IQ because this IQ is an IQ they're not used to seeing. Like they haven't, you kind of know some of his tendencies, but IQ has changed his game a little bit from when the NBA changed the rules a couple years ago, right? And so now you also see him in a real complementary type role. This game, he had to step up and he was aggressive. So it's not like you game plan for, okay, well, IQ is going to drop 38 and he's going to be a pest on defense. He's going to get 4 steals. He's going to be everywhere. Like you're not expecting this. So yeah, it was a beautiful thing. Fantastic to watch. And listen, guys, speaking of IQ, I think we should talk about who was the performance player of the game. I don't think this is a hard one.
Yeah.
Think you know who it is, John? There he is. Look, starting off the game, bang.
Knocked it down.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he was just like,
look at this.
Look
at his play.
man.
Look at his play. Hustle
right
play.
here. Look,
okay.
Just look at that.
Steal.
The little things.
Another 2 points.
The little things.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Coming off the curl.
What I like
1-2
most.
step.
He had a swag to his game. He had he had a little hitch move here and there. He was using his quickness. He was pacing himself, in and out of sets. Like, look at this. See, getting the ball in the spot, letting it go.
Man. Yeah. Letting it go, being aggressive.
Playing within his game.
Look at this.
Defense,
look at this.
Help defense. Look how he changed the pace. Boom. Good. Goodbye. It's like, look in front of you. I see who's in front of me. Goodbye. Yeah, right here on the pick and rolls. Look at that bang. That's that.
The confidence,
back.
Bro. Sky high. Look, when you see Quickly dancing this much, man, like the confidence level just high. And I actually kind of think that, oh, look at this, WAP. I also think Jalen Brunson being on the team helps with this too, because Quickly can see a small guard just doing whatever he wants, getting to the rim, breaking these guys down. You know what? I could break guys down too. Why not?
But not to mention, when they have the opportunity to practice with each other, I'm sure they're talking about each other's game. And, I know a player like Jalen Brunson is looking at Quick and saying, you're such an asset for this team. If only you did this or added this to your game, or you know what I mean? Like, you could be that much better. And you could see it happening. You could see it within his progression. You could see it within probably even the coaching staff going, speaking to him and sort of, let's work on this, let's work on that. His high pick and rolls. Remember early in his career, he would move way too early, not let the pick set. And it was always an offensive foul. Now he's waiting. He's being patient. He's
we dancing now. We skipping. We hopping.
Yeah. And he's got all the ability in the world. He's got that quickness. He's got that first step. He could shoot it, and when he's hot, ain't too many guards in the NBA could hold him down one-on-one, So
yeah, man.
It's gonna be terrific to have him as a scoring punch.
Good to see him.
Yeah.
Good to see him growing, man, in front of our eyes, bro. Shout out to Jay Boogie in the chat.
Which
Appreciate
goes
you, brother.
back to what we talked about, where we said, do our Knicks coaching staff develop players here in New York?
Well,
that's a key example, right?
It is a key example, but I will say this was the one that we thought would develop because Tibbs loves Quickly. Quickly's his guy. He said it in the press conference, and I know he was being a little sarcastic when he said it. He's like, I love Quickly. Quickly's my guy. I know he was being a little sarcastic because everybody says that about him, but no, really, Quickly is his guy. If there's any of these young guys that he really loves, is Quickly. So.
But think about all the young stars outside of Barrett having a down year. We got Mitchell Robinson, right? Has shown progression. Deuce McBride has come in. He's playing the 10th nightmare role. Has shown progression this year.
Well, he was.
No, but he has shown it in the Knicks uniform, and he's started. He started a few games. He's also come off the bench a few games. He's shown progression. So has Deuce McBride and Grimes, right? Grimes is the other.
Right, Grimes. Yeah.
Like all these players have shown progression within a year or two of playing under Tibbs and the coaching staff. And so you got to give them kudos. You got to give them their props for providing sustainability in the culture here that we're building here at the Knicks. So I'm gonna give him their flower. I'm gonna give that coaching staff and Tibbs their flowers. All the talk that we've done in the past is saying we don't know if they do get the sort of tutelage that they need in order to get better. But under this, I think Obi is the one key example that we need to see more from. And RJ Barrett, if he starts providing what he provided in yesterday's game, I mean, he has in the last handful of games, most recently, have shown to be embarking at his sort of his scale that he was at the end of last year, where he's starting to provide some substantial minutes and points. And not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, he's starting to show up a little bit more now as well. So I'm hoping that continues.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna go 50-50 on it, but I will give the Knicks and their staff some credit for development of certain players, and maybe it's development of all the players, but certain players just aren't getting it as easily as others, and maybe are not dedicating themselves as well as others. Because Quickly, one thing we know about Quickly is he's always been a gym rat from the day we drafted him. Prior to that, high school, college, he's always been a gym rat, and he works extremely hard. Not that Obi doesn't, but I just feel like Obi is not doing enough to push his game forward. He's not aggressive enough. He's not focusing on what he's good at, and at least bringing that to the forefront so that we can say, listen, okay, I know he don't play defense, but he'll dunk on you. Oh, I know he don't do this, but he'll shoot a wide open three. Oh, I know he's going to get you off the dribble if you play up on him. You know, there's certain things that we don't see from him that we should see. But it is what it is. Maybe in due time. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're seeing glimpses here and there. You know, like he'll have a game where he'll knock down three pointers, you know, glimpses of it. And I think there may come an opportunity for him to show it in the playoffs, or maybe down the stretch this season. Well, he could
We'll see.
show something.
We'll see, bro.
But it's going to be difficult because you're not going to get more than 11 minutes a game. You know what I mean?
That's
because
tough
Randall
too. Good point.
is on a tear, right? Like Randall is on a tear, and you don't expect Randall to lose minutes. You want him playing 40 to 42 minutes, especially down the stretch of games. You want him to have the bulk of the minutes. So we'll see. We'll see how that matures. But I think all in all, though, if I had to rate this New York's coaching staff, I have to give him an A. I have to give him an A for the season, because not only are they have the bulk of this team been healthy all season, but every player has gotten an opportunity to show what they've improved on, and they've shown it for the most part.
I'll give them. I'll give them a strong B, because up until the point where Tibbs made the switch, this Knicks team was kind of lost. We looked crazy out there.
Right.
But when they made the switch,
look at where we're today.
No,
Right,
I know. I'm giving
no.
him credit. I'll give him an A from that point to now. But before that, before Tibbs made the switch and said, I'm going to the 8-man, 9-man rotation, we were wild. We were all over the place. But I'll give him credit from that point.
True.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. So yeah, man, it's just a beautiful thing. It was to see that Quickly is growing right before our eyes. He's becoming a really solid NBA player. On the defensive side, he is starting to become one of the best defenders on the court. Like, I don't think he's better than Josh Hart, but he is damn near getting right there, bro.
He's right there.
He's right there. I'm like, yo.
Don't get it twisted. Josh Hart I like, and he's aggressive. There are moments where Josh Hart gets put on skates sometimes too.
Yeah. Because sometimes players could use your aggression against you too.
Oh, 100%. But I think Quickly is really a glue guy. Like, he's really good with his feet. You know, he's gotten stronger. You see he's hitting the weights, and, you know, he's building into that, you know, adult body. And I think it's serving him well, because not only on the defensive side of playing man to man, but also he's a really good rebounder himself. I know Josh Hart is probably a better rebounder at this point in his career, but Quickly's not shying away from rebounding the ball as well. So
no, he's not.
I really enjoy
very
watching.
fair. I agree with you on that. Well, before we get to our predictions for the week, I want to shout out the chat once again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Show your love for the show. Also wanted to get to, I think there might have been a couple questions in the chat, but I know Craig definitely had a question. He said, guys, should I say Greg? Guys, if Quickly continues to play this way, do you see him getting paid more than RJ? I don't see. Let's see what John says. I say no, because I think there's still a certain level you have to get to consistently before you can command that type of money. I think Quickly's right under it now, and that's why I think the Knicks better be smart and lock him up quickly, no pun intended, because if they wait and we go into next season and they don't give him that qualifying offer, Quickly could play himself into a bigger contract because he's looking good. So, yeah.
And it might not be with us, right, at that point. So I'm right there with you. I think right now, I think RJ sort of gotten what RJ got or received from the Knicks had to pretty much dealt with his 3 years, in the league, right? And so, and also being a top draft pick also allows you to be looked upon as a top tier player. So you are able to get a larger bag when you're negotiating, right? And so for Quick, I think he's overachieving right now. He's playing above what his projection would be at this point in his career. And so with that said, the Knicks should look into locking him in at a lower rate right now if they're smart about it. But I think being fair, they would give him a decent contract to stay with us, and then maybe have some they have these on what they call those not stipulations, but they're like incentives, right? So adding some incentives for his game, and year in and year out, to help him gain some more income as he grows into his role here with the Knicks.
Well, I will say that I think a fair contract for him, which would be great for the Knicks, is if we could get him on 4 years, 17 million per, or maybe 18 million per. What I think that he could end up with is 4 years, 20 million per. Kind of like the same thing that Keldon, what's his last name? Keldon Johnson? From the San Antonio Spurs got.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's Keldon Johnson. Yeah, I think it's Johnson. I don't know. The same type of contract that he got, I think, is what Quickly might get.
Yeah.
I would prefer the homeboy discount though. Like, give me that $2 million off per.
It all depends on how quickly they start negotiations with his, manager, not manager, his agent.
Right. I think that's something they want to do. They should think about trying to do that this off season. Don't wait to get into next season. I think it might be a mistake. See, this is where this is the difference between what they did with RJ and Quickly. You should probably lock up. RJ, you could have waited, but whatever. Okay, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's hard to say though, man. Like it's like, when I look at what they offered RJ, I'm not mad at it. I mean,
it's still a good deal. It's still a good deal.
That's what I mean. Like, it's hindsight is 2020. Who would have thought he would have the year he's having this year? Again, if this continues into next year, then we may have an issue. But everything changes, right? Year to year. Yeah. Like, he could potentially be on, catapult his game next year, and then the money is all worth it, right? Because let's say he plays at an all-star level next year. The money kicks in next year. And if he's playing at an all-star level, he may outplay the contract that is in front of him, right? And we're like, oh, we
Right.
got him at the cheap, and now he's an all-star.
Yeah.
Like it all
True.
depends year to
True.
year, So
And just shout out to Craig, not Greg, in the chat. Craig in the chat. No, not hating on RJ. It just it's and I know maybe some other people are saying stuff about RJ as well. It's just it would have made it's a smarter business move not to pay RJ up front. You should have waited, let him have something to fight for throughout the season. Like this is just one of those things you just do as a with a young player on your team that you got control of. You try to get as much out of them as you can, and then if they do what they got to do, you reward them with the money. But if you can get a little bit more, like if RJ's fighting for his contract, these guys usually ball out. So you try to get as much out of them as you can. That's all I'm saying. But he deserved to get paid.
You could have the opposite effect, and I don't know how true this would be for the NBA, but like you look at Judge, right? When you talk about baseball, and he asked for a certain deal and he wasn't getting it, so then he bet it on himself. So I don't know what the comparable would be in the NBA, but let's just say he asks for something, he doesn't get it. He then hits the free agent market and then balls out. You could lose him. Now you stand a chance of losing him because you didn't deal with him when he wanted to deal with you in the beginning. You could have held him down until he, got to his game where he needed it to be. At the end of the day, it's hard because 2020 is everything, right? Like you don't necessarily know how the season is going to play out. You assume the best intention, right? Where it's like you lock him in, he's our future. We went and we tried to negotiate a deal with was it the Utah Jazz? And it fell through the cracks because at one point you had shared the idea of sending RJ there, and they didn't want the package we sent them that was inclusive of RJ. And then on the return, you're like, well, this is going to get out. We're going to make good for RJ because now we have to not only save face, but you also have to have a player that's going to put seats in the stands, right? And if you lose RJ, then what do you have? Because we didn't know what we were getting from RJ. No one thought that Randall. I mean, there's probably a handful of people who thought Randall was going to have a comeback season, from the year past. So you don't know what you have. What you did know is that you had a good, solid player in RJ. It just didn't pan out this year for him. So
right. Well, and look, this is the bottom line for a lot of people that really try to break this down, and we can move on and get into the predictions, so we can get out of here. It just apples and oranges, guys. Like if you're really just looking at a young player as to how much of an asset and value they bring to your organization, RJ's in his 4th year. He got the bag, right? He's very inconsistent. However, you know that RJ can give you 20 points a night, right? You also know that if RJ becomes, like, say there was no Julius and no Jalen Brunson, and RJ was the first option, RJ's giving you 25 a night, maybe even close to 30 a night, because he can score if you give him the volume. Here's the thing. He was he was a strong player defensively the first 2 seasons. There was people comparing him to, like, could he be the next Jimmy Butler, or could he be this guy? He's dropped down tremendously defensively ever since then. He's lost a little bit of athleticism. He's got a little slower with his footwork and his anticipation out there, right? So in his 4th year, it looks like he's regressing a little bit on one side of the game. The other side, he's still the same. He hasn't necessarily improved that much, right? Then you got Emmanuel Quickley, who, he gives you around 15 points per game. But if you give him the touches, he'll give you 20 as well. And last night, when they needed somebody to step up and he has the ball a lot more in his hands, you could see him go for 30 plus. He has that ability. On the defensive end, however, in year 3, he's one of the best defenders on the team. And you see it. And not only is he one of the best defenders on the team, he's helping other guys be better. The other game in Miami, he told RJ, come, let's double Tyler Hero. RJ looked at him like he was stupid. He didn't move. He looked like he was stuck in quicksand. Like, that's the difference between RJ and Quickley. I love RJ. He's my favorite player, but Quickley is just, he's developing faster at this point.
Right. And again, has a lot to do with IQ.
Yeah. I see what you did there. That's nice, John. You're good stuff. All right. Well, listen, why don't we get into the predictions? And shout out to the chat. Vaughn Allen in the building. I see you. What's good? Let's see what's going on here. Get this guy. I don't know if
What's
he's
up, fellas?
Oh, wait, he's back. Hey, okay.
He's back.
What's happening?
It's bedtime for most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
he's
stuff.
like, what's up, fellas? man?
What's
What
up,
the
what's up,
hell?
fellas? How you doing? Nah.
Yeah.
Listen, we got 4 games coming up this week. It's gonna be amazing. The question is, do you guys have faith in your team? Will they continue the streak, or do you believe they might, lose a couple along the way? I was gonna do a curveball today, but you know what? I said let's be nice. Let's let them have their own predictions. And for the fans who are watching us right now, both of these gentlemen sent me their predictions earlier today. One was kind of late with it, but it's okay. We forgive him. I'm not gonna point out any names, but someone was late. But you guys ready to see your predictions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, okay, you guys. It wasn't a rhetorical question. I was asking.
I wasn't
both of
sure.
you.
I wasn't sure if I was
I'm
ready.
just-
I'm ready now. I'm locked in.
I'm kidding. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, these next 4 games, we have Ron.
Go ahead,
who
Ron.
had a
Go ahead,
change
Ron.
of heart
Wow.
with 4 wins straight.
Yikes.
And we have John with 2 wins back-to-back, a loss to the Clippers, and another win to the Lakers. So, this is your prediction.
I'm cooking, B. I don't think the Knicks are ever gonna lose another game. Let's go. Oh man.
But wait, there's more.
All right, I can't do it without a prediction in here, man. We have to throw a little curveball and all that stuff and everything. So I figured, why not throw a curveball for you guys tonight,
Here we go.
and all this stuff. So first of all, let me just reload this real quick. Now, I'm not gonna be a jerk. I'm gonna be nice with y'all, maybe so and so. I think about it. Why you talk to me like that? All this stuff. Listen, let's just reset everything here. Let me just clear this out and put it up on my page, even though you guys won't see it. Now, I was going to have the wheel choose all your games for today. But
Yikes.
for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that because I'm a nice guy. Sometimes and all that stuff. So, I'm going to let you choose what game you want me to change. What game would you like the wheel to choose for you? I want you to think about this, because this
Who's
could change
going
everything.
first? Or
I don't know.
Or is this for both of us? What's
It's for
happening
both
here?
of you. It's for both of you.
Ooh. I guess I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say the New York Knicks versus the Los Angeles Clipper game.
New York Knicks versus the Los Angeles Clippers. All right, Ron. Question for you, man. You sure you want to do this?
No, I'm not sure I want to do this. I don't want to do this at all.
Why not?
Yes, I'm sure I want to do this. Yes, I'm sure.
You sure? All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spin the
I'm
wheel.
sure.
I'm gonna have it up here for you all to see. So give me 1 second just to pull this up real quick. Sometimes technology loves you, sometimes it hates you.
I've heard that. They say that in the streets.
Yeah, you heard that in the streets, right? So, here is our wheel of fortune. So, for those who have never been here for one of my little curveballs I'd like to throw at these gentlemen, it's pretty simple. Here we have wheel fortune, no, picker wheel. 4 wins, 4 loss. We also have Jose, Ron, and John. Ron and John, basically, if it lands on that, you get to pick or get the prediction of that other person. And if it lands on the one that says Jose, well, I just text both of you gentlemen. So, I'm not making up something on the spot. You get to choose my prediction. If it goes to the fans in the polls, well, earlier while you guys were rambling on, I asked the fans on what they wanted. And I also could throw a poll there. So, Ron, you ready for this?
Yep.
All right, let's see it. Okay. Can you just tell me what game you say you wanted me to use this one for?
The Clippers.
The Clippers, right. The game that you predicted a win for. Now, if we look at the text message that I sent, can you actually say what I chose for that game?
You chose a loss.
Ooh. All right, John. Are you ready for yours?
Yeah, I guess.
But which game are you going to go for?
It wouldn't make sense for me to pick the Clippers because it may not change anything, right?
It's whatever you want, man.
That's the only one that I see, to be honest with you. So if I'm a betting man, I'm going to go with the Clippers game because I think the Knicks are going to beat Charlotte. I think they'll beat Sacramento easily. The Laker game could be questionable, but I'm going to go with the Clippers.
Ladies and gentlemen, he went with the Clippers. Let's see. Wow. So basically, you guys just swapped your results today. That's pretty amazing. So when Ron came and started this, tonight's prediction saying, oh, I have a change of heart. I have faith in my Knicks. I'm going for 4 wins. Then all of a sudden he voted and got a loss. And then John said, I don't have that much faith for this week. But now look how the cards had changed. Take a screenshot of this, gentlemen. This is beautiful. Will Ron redeem himself and become the king of prediction? Or will John
I think he
continue
will.
being the reigning king? With that being said, folks, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys next week. Adios.
Latest. Well, look at that.
This guy, man.
Look at that. You
This
have
guy,
a chance
Jose.
to win
Look at
next
that.
week.
Or
You
another
actually
chance
stand
to
a
continue
shot.
to lose.
You actually have stand
I
a
thought-
shot. I really do think the Clippers.
No, man.
It's gonna be hard to beat the Clippers.
We'll see. I don't know, man. These Knicks is on one right now. We'll see. But hey, man, another great show. It's another fantastic time to be a Knicks fan. I'm happy with what's going on. I'm ecstatic, actually. And yeah, man, I just want them to keep the train going, man. Keep us Knicks fans happy, and just continue to play great basketball. Final words, John?
As always, appreciate you all in the chat. Looking forward to the next one. Stay blessed out there. I'm out of here.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, guys, another good show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. It's it's a great time, man. Let's just enjoy it. Let's not worry too much about the negative stuff. There's always going to be something that we can nitpick on, but you know what? Right now is a good time to be a Knicks fan. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's support our team. Give them the flowers. They deserve it, man. They've been playing great, and they look like they know what it takes to win games, and it's showing. So, shout out to these Knicks, man. Shout out to these Knicks. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's a late one, but you guys have a great rest of your night. And as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9 p.m. or 9-ish. SKF Weekly with Ron, John, and Man Jose on the ones and twos, or on Thursday nights. Oh, dang, he's quick. Dang, you quick. Or Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for the NBA report on NBK, Knicks Network. And guess what? Just when you thought you got rid of me, no, you get more of me on Saturdays at 11 a.m. for Know the Ledge, so I can talk you. I can't even talk you off the ledge. I'm trying, but we're playing so good right now. There's no need. Let's just keep talking about the good things we keep doing as a team. Let's keep it going and look for more and more wins. And this would be nothing without the combination of Ron, John, and my man Jose on the ones and twos in the background. Appreciate you, my brother, as always. Yes. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll catch you on the next one. And let's go Knicks, man. Let's see if we can keep this win streak going. It ain't easy, but I definitely want us to beat Charlotte. At least let's get to 10 so it can really we can really take that and say, we had 10 on them. Bang them in the head one time. Let's go. All right, we out of here, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.